a video.
I mean, why are you even reviewing this show?
Because they want to know what I have to say about it.
You're better off just quitting YouTube.
No, I'm not.
Here's the plan. We're gonna turn off the video camera, and we're gonna pull out the futon, and we're just gonna sleep for the rest of the day. No, wait. What are you doing with that shoe?
I have just about had it with Tito. Greetings, welcome back to my channel. Spoilers! There's spoilers in this one, just letting you know heads on. So if you have not watched Big Mouth Season 4 yet, I suggest you go to Netflix. If you ain't got a Netflix subscription, then buy one. Check it out on there first before watching this video. So this season consisted of 10 brand spanking new episodes featuring our favorite characters of the Big Mouth crew, and they went through a lot. Just being realistic here, there is no possible way I'm gonna be able to cover everything in this review, so I decided to pick my top 5 moments that I wanted to address this season. Before we jump into the video, if you guys really enjoy my content or you just really like me as a person, please do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up and hit your subscribe button. Also turn on your notification bell so that you can stay up to date on the content I put out. And without further ado, let's start the video. So first, let's talk about Jake and Lola. So kind of leaving off from season 3, we could kind of see that a relationship between them was kind of developing. Right in episode 1, in the pool scene, they got into this huge fight about who was going to be on top playing chicken against the Devons. The group was going back and forth about pretty much Lola's physique. Jake and Lola got into a huge scrap over that and were kicked and banned from the pool. Immediately leading up from that, Jake ends up finding a strange attraction to Lola's masculinity, and pretty much their relationship skyrockets from there. For a good chunk of the beginning of the season, they're pretty much at Jake's house most of the time, building this mud pool and planning on throwing a party and just all this stuff. Oh, did I also mention Lola beat up Jake's brothers, which was pretty badass. Other than all the kiss scenes they shared, that low-key kind of made me a little bit uncomfortable, but hey, it's Big Mouth, what are you gonna do? I was genuinely happy for their newfound relationship and camaraderie. Let's talk about Nick and Andrew. Here we have Nick off at camp, getting ready to have the time of his life with all of his friends that he's made from the past, and Andrew, who has no intention of going to camp whatsoever because Nick is there, but Andrew's father persists in him going. He's already paid, and Andrew ends up showing up randomly, which surprises Nick. I think the worst part about it all is Andrew pretty much stole Nick's camp best friends, turned the whole camp against Nick, and made Nick's whole experience just do a complete 180 from what Nick thought was gonna happen. Thus, summoning Tito, the anxiety mosquito, who pretty much harassed Nick for 99.99999% of the show. To be honest, based off of how season 3 ended, with Andrew completely ruining his entire school life in front of all of his peers, I thought that it was just gonna get progressively worse, but surprisingly, Andrew had a great freaking time at camp, and Nick was on the other end of that stick. But happily, at the end of their camp experience, while Andrew was having explosive diarrhea, him and Nick made up in a very touching, sentimental scene of Andrew giving birth to his long-awaited shit. That scene was so awkward to watch. Like, have you ever watched something that's just so weird that you have to be in your room by yourself, door closed, under the blanket? Yeah, that was me with this whole pooping scene. But it's one of my favorite shows, so I'm here for it. It's okay, but still. Little Miss Jessie Glazer. She and her mom moved to the big city where she's gonna start going to a private all-girls school, which didn't really start off that well. She kept comparing herself to all the other girls, these girls with freaking Louis Vuitton bags and Coach and whatever. She was comparing the hell out of herself to those women to the point where she just started skipping school. And she met a little somebody at a cafe. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, she found this super cute hipster boyfriend, and he's like, "Can I paint you?" And she's like, "Oh, paint me like one of your favorite girls." When I first saw that episode, I kind of knew from that point that this guy was gonna kind of be bad news, but I felt like that was gonna be determined based off of who else would come into the picture later down the line. Pretty much just based off the fact that Jessie was skipping school with this man. Pretty sure private school is hella expensive. But yeah, eventually in one of the episodes, Nick and Andrew end up taking a school field trip to the city where Jesse is staying, and they ask to meet up. And then we can see, obviously, on Nick's little face that he's not happy with this man at all because of underlying feelings he has for Jesse. All in all, with them two, Jesse and her hipster boyfriend, some stuff went down sexually that wasn't okay, and I'm so glad that Jesse stood up for herself and kicked that guy to the curb because he was asking for a lot. And just by that scene, I could tell that man's body count is high. I was contemplating if I was gonna make this next moment my top 1, but I was just like, no, it needs to be number 2 because number 1 means so much more to me. Missy discovering her blackness, stereotypically, but it's okay. I didn't take any offense to all the stuff that was discussed in regards to Missy and Devon. Oh my gosh, it's ridiculous how much I related with Missy in the moments that she had in this season. Like, it's ridiculous. So Missy went out of town with her parents to go meet the other side of her family, where she then spends time with her cousins, who pretty much stick her face first into her heritage, stereotypically speaking. They take her out, she ditches the overalls, she gets a little yellow crop top and some jeans, and she gets her hair braided for the first time ever. Some other stereotypical moments that I wanted to reflect upon was Devon's code switch on his arm. That was so funny because low-key is kind of true. I'm not gonna delve into it because I feel like the show pretty much did all that for me. But yeah, take my word for it, it is kind of true. We saw Missy and Devon spend a lot of time together during this segment of the season. Low-key, I kind of was shipping them because I was just like, now that Devon's not with Devin anymore, I feel like him and Missy just kind of have a little bit of chemistry there. They didn't really dive into it, of course, because this is a moment that's focusing on Missy and discovering another part of who she is. But I couldn't help it. I had to ship them. I love them together. They're so cute. I can relate to Missy so much in this season because growing up, I was that awkward black girl. I was goody-goody. I never cursed until high school. That's when I became a full-fledged sailor mouth. I had a jerry curl. I didn't know what it meant to be black. Yeah, I can totally relate to her in the fact when her cousin said, "Oh, Missy said for the first time." I have had so many moments like that where people were like, "Oh my God, Abby's doing this for the first time. She's doing something stereotypically black for the first time." Like, stop. It's not that big a deal, people. And lastly, Matthew. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of him. So throughout this season, he's just been super happy-go-lucky with his cute little boyfriend, and I'm so happy for the both of them. They're so adorable. His boyfriend is so understanding in so many ways, and he let it show in this season for sure. But Matthew I'm the most proud of because he went through so much crap after his mom saw the things he was putting on his phone and sending back and forth to his boyfriend, until finally Matthew worked up the courage to speak to his father and came out to him, letting him know that he's gay. And the moment when the dad was just like, "Son, I already knew," I cried because I was just like, oh my God, wow! Genuinely happy for Matthew in that moment. I was just like, it's the hardest thing to come out of the closet. It really is. And so I'm so proud of him for that. I'm so happy that his father understood. Like, parents, get with the times. Like, especially Matthew's mom. Like, get with the times. That's all I'm gonna say. They're your kids. There was also one more thing that I wanted to address, and I'm gonna call this the most fucked up thing in the season. In episode 6, Nick's Star, there's a scene where Nick and Jesse are on a spaceship leaving Earth because Missy's just warned everybody that Earth is about to end, pretty much. And so while they're on that ship, Nick and Jesse just got finished doing the deed, and Jesse reveals to be a suicide bomber on the ship. I never, in my wildest imaginations, would have imagined them depicting Jesse as a suicide bomber, so I thought that was just really messed up. Just why? And the nominee for favorite new character goes to the Gratitude. I really wanted to pick a favorite new character, and I love the Gratitude. I feel like his introduction into the series was very rushed and last minute, but I feel like the kids needed it. I appreciated his demeanor and his characteristics, and I just thought he was super adorable. So I think we all know what's coming next. In the very last episode of this season, Lola gave us a little bit of a surprise. While she was getting into a lover's spat with Jake, she proclaimed to say that he's going to regret his actions in the next season. I'm gonna be on the couch. Where y'all at? I am super looking forward to that, of course. I hope that they have another trailer, because I am so ready to do a reaction for that trailer and a reaction for the next season. I have no idea when it's coming out, but if anyone knows, drop it in the comments below so that we can all mark our calendars and get ready. Alright, just to wrap up this video, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for staying tuned and watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a big thumbs up for me. And if you want to see more content or you just like me as a person, hit that subscribe button and turn your notification bell. It was super fun making this video, and I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next one.